Before we get out of here, this is going to be a longer segment heading up on the show in the near future as we get closer to Bears training camp, but I just want to throw it out there that I was just thinking about an interesting changing of the guard right now as we switch over from the Matt Eberflus era into the Ben Johnson era and where Ryan Poles, the general manager, fits into all of this. If you read the tea leaves in some of the articles, there is an interesting either or going on with the Chicago Bears on offense, a possible changing of the guard in terms of the offensive skill position players that are on this team. The first one is the obvious one. They're saying all the things that they need to say right now that are good about Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet being on the same team. But you do have to start asking yourself the question, is Cole Kmet going to be on this team after this upcoming season? He's going to suit up and he's going to play. They gave him $50 million. And when Colston Loveland got drafted in the first round by the Chicago Bears, a lot of people said, Cole Kmet's going to be off this team. Ben Johnson said, no, wait a second. We're going to play with 2 tight end sets. You go back, you look at the numbers, you read the analytics. They do run out 2 tight end sets a lot in Ben Johnson's offense. I am curious to see how this plays itself out. But again, a lot of potential and a lot of production is expected from Colston Loveland. And that's going to be a matchup that I'm curious to watch if, A, I believe that they can coexist, but B, do we come to the point where Ben Johnson is slowly starting to weed some of these guys out as he creates the offense within his own image? There have been small rumblings that when you ask Ben Johnson for a quote, he definitely mentions Cole Kmet's work ethic, his personality, who he is as a person, who he is as a teammate, but he rarely goes into detail about Cole Kmet, the player. And it does make you wonder as we head into training camp, will this eventually turn into an either or? Will Cole Kmet be involved in this offense? And if he is, at what extent, and can he make a difference? Or is he just going to turn into a blocking tight end and get phased out, and they're going to roll with Colston Loveland moving forward? At the running back position, this one's obvious, right? DeAndre Swift played 1 year for Ben Johnson, and then the Detroit Lions got rid of him. DeAndre Swift is now back in the same position with Ben Johnson. Now, they didn't go out there and they aggressively went out and took a running back early. They sure tried, and I sure hope that they would have. But a lot of people seem to enjoy and think about the concept of Kyle Monangai kind of maybe pushing Roschon Johnson and DeAndre Swift a little bit for playing time. 7th round pick be damned. I'm a huge Kyle Monangai fan. He was one of my favorite running backs that I watched in the Big Ten by far last year. I am a guy that says slow the roll a little bit this year in terms of giving Kyle Monangai a heavy workload or thinking that he's going to be a difference maker. But again, like Colston Loveland, like Kyle Monangai, these guys pushing the old guard, the old skill position players that, let's be honest, on paper and on the back of their football card, they've got some stats, sure. But were they difference makers last year on a team that, I get it, did not have a great offensive coordinator, was a total mess with a rookie quarterback, but they were also part of the problem. And finally, this is the big one heading into training camp. There are some whispers about asking the question of, is DJ Moore long for Chicago? DJ Moore, great player, super tough. Loved watching him with Justin Fields. Last year it was frustrating and difficult at times. The body language thing, we can go over it. He was frustrated. We were all frustrated with DJ Moore. And some of the MO, some of the back channel stuff about DJ Moore is he isn't exactly the most precise route runner in the world. And Ben Johnson likes to cover every centimeter and every piece of grass possible when he comes to drawing up plays and where he wants players and timing specifically on a certain play every single snap. Is DJ Moore that type of player? Can DJ Moore produce in this type of offense? Is DJ Moore happy? They just gave him a whole bunch of money. Could DJ Moore possibly be a trade target or on the trading block come October or November? And the either or in this situation, is this the year that Rome Odunze steps up in this offense and becomes the number one? And hopefully the number one for the next handful of years. Luther Burden for me is more of a wait and see. But they drafted him in the second round. So all these guys from this Bears offense that we were so excited about last year, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, they all have people now in place pushing them for playing time and maybe pushing them for a hierarchy in Ben Johnson's offense moving forward, not just this year, but in years to come. Something to keep an eye on, especially when we hit training camp in a month. And I promise you I'll be talking a lot more about that.